So we're here at Ultimet with Paul Dolan, one of the directors, and we're going to be finding out what welding is all about. Simplistic terms, what's welding?
Basically the joining of metals together, basically melting two pieces of metal together to form a structural bond, what welding is.
Is it only similar materials that you can weld together?
You can only really weld aluminium with aluminium, stainless to stainless, mild steel to mild steel. I mean, technically you could weld stainless steel to mild steel, but you wouldn't because you get cross metal contamination.
Is there any differences between welding the materials? So is one material better to weld than the other, or are there any that are harder to weld, so they need more attention and more focus?
Yeah, aluminium can have its issues with welding. I mean, it welds fine, but you just need the right plant and equipment to weld it together. It's welded together using alternating current as opposed to a direct current that you'd weld like steel-based items like stainless steel, mild steel. So aluminium has its own challenges. It similarly goes to brass and copper alloys because they tend to be brazed together, so they have a unique set of skills to join those two together.
When it comes to architects wanting to design materials that are brass, bronze and coppers, are there any considerations that they should think about when designing it so it's easier for manufacture?
I think that architects do sometimes forget about is that when you do specifically to brass and copper alloys is the fact that when you join them together you will see a join, whereas other metals like aluminium, stainless and mild steel, you can actually polish that out and you'll never see it.
So with welding, in its principle, you're taking two metals, joining it together. When it gets joined and once it's welded, are there any concerns with the strength? Does it make it stronger?
If we talk about things like steel and stainless steel, no, there's none. The weld will be as strong as the material that you're joining together. As long as you've got the right equipment like we have and the right skills, then the material will be strong.
What's the difference between MIG and TIG?
A MIG plant, for instance, is a continuous fed wire that comes through the actual welding gun. You pull the trigger and basically it's fed off a big spool inside the machine, forces it or brings it along the wire gun, and as you pull the trigger it will then feed that wire in as you're welding. TIG welding is done with a separate torch, and you hold a wire and you feed the wire in manually as you weld.
Are there any benefits of one or the other, or does it relate to what the material is as to how you do it?
Normally you use MIG welding if you want to do a structural weld, for instance. We're certified CE 1090 execution class 2 full structural welding, and that mainly is MIG welding for us. TIG welding it can be a little bit more finesse. The welds can be smaller and you can make them neater with TIG welding. So that's one of the advantages of that.